Chapter 26 Secret Interrogation. Geto was back in the special ward for a second interrogation. He was strapped to the hospital bed, much like the first time. A nurse was present to monitor vital signs. A doctor sat with Yaga near the back of the room. Nobody was in the observation area on the other side of the window. Moriyama pulled a chair close to the reclining hospital bed Geto was seated in and observed his subject. Geto sat with his head tilted back and his eyes were closed. Moriyama's approach to his questioning changed after finding out the true motive for his presence. He thought he could score points with Jujutsu administration if he could report back that through his curse technique, he was able to confirm that Geto could still be used as an asset for the school. He cleared his throat a couple of times to activate his curse technique and asked his first question. Geto, do you consider yourself dangerous? Geto didn't answer, but he opened his eyes slowly and squinted from the bright hospital lights. Geto, do you consider yourself dangerous? If I wanted to be a danger, you would already know, Geto answered in a low voice. He didn't turn and stared straight ahead. Moriyama seemed pleased. This was a good start. He could hear Yaga tapping notes into his laptop. He asked his follow-up question. Are you still capable of controlling your spirits? If I couldn't control them, you would already know, Geto answered coldly. Are you still capable of fighting? Moriyama asked. His cursed voice cracked a little, a sign that he would have to conclude his questioning soon. Geto didn't answer right away. Geto, are you still capable of fighting? The crack in his voice was more noticeable. I've always fought when ordered to, even if it destroyed me. Moriyama tried to respond, but he could no longer speak with his curse technique. He cleared his throat and coughed into his fist. He turned in his chair to look at Yaga. Yaga nodded his head. The spell of the interrogation was broken, and Geto's whole demeanor suddenly changed. He violently moved his shoulders as if he were trying to raise his arms, but he was still in restraints. He screamed louder than the hospital staff had ever heard, and the room surged with Geto's cursed energy. Why would you do that? He wailed. The doctor already had a sedative-filled syringe in his hand, and the nurse pulled off the electrode wires attaching Geto to the monitors. Yaga approached quickly but cautiously as Moriyama stood from his chair and backed away from the bed. Yaga held a hand up to the doctor. Hold on. He's never spoken outside of interrogation. I want to hear what he has to say. Geto looked around the room wildly, as if he had been blind and was now seeing the world for the first time. Why would you make me remember? He screamed at no one in particular. Yaga was the only one familiar to Geto, and when he finally spotted him, his eyes grew wide. Then he looked away. I can't do this. I can't do this. Don't make me do this. Geto tried to thrash around the bed. His cursed energy filled the room like smoke, and Yaga finally gave the doctor the signal to sedate him.